It's not clear that Canada was actually invited in. The Canadians accepted the fact that the Mexicans were going on with the United States, but I think they figured, at least initially, people thought that the problems between the United States and Mexico were more difficult than those between the United States and Canada, dairy aside. So they seemed to think that they would be okay. I mean, the irony here is that as we started these negotiations months ago, the worry was that the Canadians, the United States, would make a deal and sort of freeze the Mexicans out. And I don't think it's been reversed, but at least, you know, in these final stages, it's the Mexicans and the United States who have gone forward with deals. Now, some of this is stuff that really is bilateral between Mexico and the United States.
Claude, do you believe that timing-wise something can be concluded before the midterms?
I think they can certainly sign something. I don't know whether, I'm not sure. They keep claiming you'd have to really cut corners in the Congress because of the process to get actually something done. But I think they will try to get something at least in principle across the board. Excuse me. We'll just have to see. I think the Mexicans really want to get this done because I actually think, though there's been some reporting on the other side, that the new Mexican president, AMLO, would really like to get this off the table before he comes in office. I don't think he particularly wants to put his imprimatur, if you will, on it. It would be best to get that out of the way because he's got other things to do. And I think that's true with the Trump administration. They seem to have decided, for once sensibly, that they don't have a lot of sensible things, in my view, in trade, that the best thing to do, this about a month or so ago, the best thing to do was to concentrate on China and to try to get things moving along with the North American Free Trade Agreement as well as with the Europeans. I may disagree with the way they're doing things with China and other, but I think that was a sensible idea.
Andy, what's your take on NAFTA and where things stand today and whether this is likely to prove worthwhile in the long run?
Well, look, the unstated economic policy of this administration is to create a low-wage manufacturing platform across North America. And I'm very concerned that the direction of the NAFTA deal may well be in that same direction. You know, there's been some modest talk about reducing or eliminating investor-state dispute resolution, strengthening labor rights, etc. But there's a lot more than that. We need to look at environmental rights. We need to look at whether the deal is going to raise drug prices. We need trade that's going to create a middle class in America, and that's a high-road approach to trade, not a low-road approach to trade.
And Andy, what's your take on what the factors should have been focused on in order to achieve what you're saying, a stronger middle class?
I mean, look, we need to look at labor rights, whether we're really going to get rid of the protection unions that exist in Mexico. We also need to strengthen labor rights here in the United States. Right-to-work laws are major problems. Cross-border unions, sectoral bargaining, other things that reduce, create a race to the bottom where companies can say to their workers, hey, take what I offer, or I'm going to go to Mexico, or frankly, I'm going to go to China. Those are some of the key things that are really essential. And, you know, we may see some aspects of these in renegotiated NAFTA, although it's far from conclusory, particularly given the path through Congress that the administration may have to face to get the votes. So we'll have to see. I have a high degree of respect for USTI Lighthizer, but I have a very low degree of respect for this administration overall based on the tax cuts that we saw last year that have gone to millionaires and the largest companies and have not raised wages despite the promises that they would do so for ordinary workers.